Ever wondered how those invisible waves traveling through the air manage to carry voices and music to your radio? It's all down to the magic of radio modulation, a concept that's at the heart of wireless communications. Whether it's the sound of your favorite radio station, or a message from a friend halfway across the globe, radio modulation techniques make it possible. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the fascinating world of radio modulation techniques, shall we? First up, we have amplitude modulation, or AM, the oldest type of radio modulation. This is the granddaddy of them all, and it's been around since the early 20th century. Now let's get into how it works. Imagine a wave on the ocean. AM works by changing or modulating the strength, also known as the amplitude, of the carrier wave in proportion to the waveform that is sending the signal. Think of the carrier wave as our ocean wave, and the signal as a surfer riding that wave. The surfer's movements, their ups and downs, represent our signal. As the surfer moves, the height of the wave changes, mirroring the surfer's motions. That's how AM transfers information, through the various heights of the wave. AM may not be the most efficient, and it is certainly prone to noise, especially under poor atmospheric conditions. But its simplicity and far-reaching capabilities made it the go-to choice for early broadcasting. While AM is prone to noise and not the most efficient, its simplicity and reach made it the first choice for broadcasting. Next on the list is frequency modulation, or FM, a big leap in radio modulation techniques. Let's dive into how this works. Imagine a calm lake. This is our carrier wave. With AM, or amplitude modulation, we were changing the size of the waves, their amplitude. FM is a bit different. Instead of changing the size, we change the frequency, the speed at which these waves are hitting the shore. This change in frequency is what encodes our signal. Just like throwing a pebble into the lake creates ripples, transmitting an FM signal creates changes in the wave's frequency. But unlike a pebble's splash that fades quickly, the FM signal maintains its strength over longer distances and is less susceptible to noise and interference. This means you get a clearer, more consistent signal. FM brings us better sound quality and less noise than AM, making it the go-to for music and local radio stations. So, next time you tune into your favorite FM station, you'll know a bit more about what's happening behind the scenes. Now, let's move on to single-sideband SSB and continuous wave CW modulation, two specialized techniques. Starting with SSB, this is a refinement of amplitude modulation, or AM. SSB uses less bandwidth and power compared to its parent technology. It does this by eliminating one sideband and the carrier wave from an AM signal, which significantly reduces the power requirement and allows for more efficient use of the available bandwidth. On the other hand, we have continuous wave, or CW modulation. This is the simplest type of modulation, and it's predominantly used for Morse code transmissions. In CW, the carrier wave is switched on and off to create the dots and dashes of Morse code. This simplicity and the low bandwidth requirement makes CW an ideal choice for long-distance communication, especially in challenging conditions. These techniques are less common, but are critical in specific applications like ham radio and emergency communications. Finally, we have the digital modes, RTTY, FT8, FT4, and JT65, the cutting edge of radio modulation. These are not your grandfather's radio signals. They represent a quantum leap forward in technology, harnessing the power of modern computing to send and receive messages with incredible efficiency and reliability. Let's start with RTTY, or radio teletype. This mode has been around since the mid-20th century, but don't let its age fool you. RTTY uses binary code, just like your computer, to represent each character as a series of ones and zeros. This makes it highly resistant to interference and noise, perfect for long-distance communication. Next up, we have the FT modes, FT8, FT4, and JT65. These are newer, more advanced digital modes. Unlike RTTY, which transmits one character at a time, the FT modes transmit an entire message at once. This makes them even more efficient and reliable than RTTY. FT8 and FT4 are similar, but FT4 is faster, transmitting a message in just 7.5 seconds compared to FT8's 15 seconds. This speed comes at the expense of sensitivity, however. FT8 can pick up signals that are weaker than those that FT4 can detect. Last but not least, we have JT65. This mode is designed for extreme weak signal communication. It's so sensitive that it can pick up signals well below the noise floor, signals that would be undetectable to other modes. This makes JT65 ideal for things like moon-bounce communication, where signals are reflected off the moon's surface. These digital modes are not just about efficiency and reliability, though. They're also about versatility. With these modes, you can do things like send images, carry out meteor scatter communication, and even communicate with satellites. These digital modes are revolutionizing the world of radio communication, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. They're a testament to the unending potential of human ingenuity, a glimpse into the future of how we connect with each other and the world around us. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour of the fascinating world of radio modulation techniques. We've navigated the airwaves together, from the amplitude highs and lows of AM to the frequency fluctuations of FM. We've explored the efficiency of single-sideband, or SSB, and the simplicity yet effectiveness of continuous wave, or CW modulation. We've dived into the digital realm with radio teletype, or RTTY, and the fast and furious FT8 and FT4 modes. And lastly, we've ventured into the quiet yet powerful world of JT65. Each of these modulation techniques has its own unique characteristics and applications. AM, with its simplicity and long-distance capabilities, is still widely used today. FM, with its resilience to noise and superior sound quality, is the go-to for music and local broadcasts. SSB and CW, both highly efficient, are the mainstays of amateur radio. RTTY, FT8, FT4, and JT65. These digital modes have transformed the way we communicate, offering new possibilities and challenges. But remember, it's not just about the mode, it's about the message. Whether it's a breaking news story, your favorite song, or a distant signal from a far-off land, these invisible waves carry our voices, our music, our data, and our dreams across cities, countries, continents, and even into the cosmos. Next time you tune into your favorite radio station, spare a thought for the invisible waves and complex modulation techniques that make it all possible.
Listen to that kid.